can you remember this first visit, this first concert in Poland in 1999?
Was that Katowice? Katowice?
I think it was Poznań.
Poznan. Oh yes, right. I can't remember Poznan, but I remember Katowice because it was the day after Richie decided to leave the band.
A memorable moment.
And it was a memorable moment. We didn't have time to even think about it. It happened the night before we left. We caught a plane from Vienna to Katowice, and it was like the Beatles arriving. There were people hanging from every balcony and huge crowds. And the promoter was in tears. He said, "Oh, I'm so happy to have you here, man. Never break up." I thought, "Oh, you poor man, you haven't heard the news, you know." And of course, we did break up 2 weeks later. But I mean, the Polish audiences in general are absolutely fantastic. I get asked a lot, "Where's your favorite place to play?" And it's got to be Eastern Europe, South America, Spain, Italy. Anywhere that's not English, actually.
Okay, so when you think about Poland, first thing that comes to your mind, because you've played here like 30 concerts now, so the next one will be in autumn. So what is the first thing when you think of Poland now and Polish audience?
I think it's mostly the people. I love Polish people. They've been through a lot, and yet they're still, standing up tall. And the right people doing the right job. I remember we meeting the head of the university. And normally, if you're in that kind of hierarchy, you have to wear the right suit and right tie and the right school you're going to. The head of the university was a hippie with long hair. And I thought, I really like that. The right person for the job. Doesn't matter what you look like.
While I was driving here, I was listening to your latest single, which is Arrogant Boy. Did you have anyone particular in mind while recording this, while creating this song?
Songs don't come first. The instrumentals come first. So, no, when we recorded the actual instrumental, we had no idea what the title was going to be. And we work backwards, like most bands, write a song, go in the studio and record it. We record it first and then finish the song. So it works for us. And Ian Gillan is my songwriting partner. He's done most of this album. And you have to ask him what it is. I don't know what it's about.
Okay. I don't know who Billy is.
So you won't tell me who's Billy?
Who's Billy?
No.
I don't know.
Your latest record premiered like 2 years ago. And I assume that you started writing new material just right after. Am I right? And what was the trigger that pushed you to write this new material?
Money.
No, we didn't. We don't write on the road. So after we finish the last album, we don't immediately start writing. The way we work is, when we get together to decide to do an album, we just wait for whatever happens. When we start, the five of us start working, we don't plan anything like that. We don't sort of sit around in a boardroom and go, right, let's do a heavier album or a lighter album. Let's do a jazz album. We don't do that because you can't plan anything like this. It just happens.
It's coming from your heart.
It's a magic kind of feeling that we have.
No, you have to do as you're told to a certain extent by the business. If you make a record and it's not a success, you're not going to make another one very soon, But if the record company have a success, they'll go, maybe we can build on this. So that's how it works. I mean, that's how it used to work with the Beatles. They got 10 days' notice from Brian Epstein. We're in the studio in 10 days. You guys better write some songs. And it makes it easier if you've got, I don't know, if you've got a deadline or some compulsion, but if you don't make up your own mind about it.
So you don't have such pressure to write new music?
Well, there is pressure. That's what does it. But it comes all of a sudden. It's nothing we're very aware of till it happens.
You can't prepare for it.
No.
Okay, you say that this is your heaviest material since 70s. And I can agree with that.
We don't
some
say.
extent,
By the way, we don't say that. Other people say that.
I can hear blues here. I can hear nice guitar riffs. You come back to the roots. Why did you decide to go in this direction while recording this album?
As if we decided. It just what happens, you know. I mean, Simon is a great guitarist and he's full of ideas. And in fact, this band has been basically a guitar-based band anyway. All the guitarists, you can't write a guitar riff if you're a drummer or a bass player. It's guitar-driven. So, and he's very, full of ideas. And so when he starts playing something, we all join in. We don't necessarily have to agree with him. We can change things and whatever.
There was a bit came from the keyboards as well, I have to add.
I read in the description of this upcoming record that you deal with themes such as condition of humanity. So what are your conclusions as far as this topic is concerned? Tough question.
Well, that's a big question, and it's something that we can't answer because a lot of it came out of Ian's crazy mind. He has a view of life that's always slightly slanted to normal,
To say the least.
and a lot of the stories come from his own experience and his own life. So no one else can write lyrics from his life, and only he can do it. And I think the idea of writing songs about lost love, found love, blues, anything like that, or fantasy, or his lyrics are full of humour. There's a lot of wit in the way we write, and the idea of just writing about what you observe of life rather than trying to make it up. That's what's the view of humanity? I don't know. I mean, I think right now we're in a pretty bad shape, the world. But maybe it always was that way. I was born in 1945, so I was close to. Well, I imagine what people were thinking.
The fact that ended the Second World War.
I was born and Hitler went out. Forget it. But I imagine what people were thinking in 1939 when it was like the end of the world coming, and it always feels like the end of the world coming. So I think somehow we'll battle through.
Okay, SPLAT has 13 songs, 13 tracks on it. And how many songs did you record out of which you chose this 13, which is on this album?
15.
Really?
There's 15 tracks, yeah. So we left 2 out. There's one called an instrumental called Guinnesses. And then there was that big track, I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I don't think it has a name.
I thought it was the best track on the album,
Yeah.
but Gillan wasn't very happy with it.
It'll be on the next album.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
But we vote on it. We vote. We'd sit around and go, well, this idea or that idea, and we can't do 30 ideas. So you whittle it down to about 15, and it's just an opinion. I think that's a good one. No, I don't like that. Yeah.
So democracy works well in the band.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a rock legend. 10 years ago, you joined Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You've got #1 album. You've got many fans around the world. One might say that you've got everything. What drives you still to write new material, to play concerts?
I don't know.
Money.
Like a destiny. I think there's, the fact that we've been going so long means that we're doing it for a reason that other people approve of. And we love what we do. It's just very simple. We love what we do. What else would you do? Well, dig holes, cook, run a restaurant. I don't know. It doesn't work that way. If you're a musician, you're a musician. You stay that way, and there's no question of stopping.
And you're often labeled as metal pioneers, metal music pioneers. Do you agree? Can you agree with this statement?
No. No, we're rock musicians. Yeah, metals are different. It's an offshoot from Zeppelin and Purple and Judas Priest, all that, the British rock, but metal's really an American thing, I think. Yeah, which I like very much, actually. Yeah.
I think the hard rock that we started or played relies on different sources of inspiration. It could be big band, it could be crooners, it could be pop music, it can be classical music. That's how we grew up. What heavy metal is just taking it from one source, which is basically hard rock, I think, anyway, generally speaking. So it's a bit light on there's a kind of real chemistry in hard rock that you don't get in heavy metal music. Different.
I saw Pantera once. I didn't know any of the material. I took my son because he was a big metal fan. I thought they were amazing, but I didn't quite understand it. But I was the only one in the room that didn't. And somebody got up on stage, one of the fans, rushed the stage, and Phil Anselmo, you know, with bands like ours, somebody comes on stage, there was panic, all the roadies rush on and get rid of the intruder. But Phil Anselmo got hold of this guy and sat him down on one of the guitar cabinets and bought him a drink. So the guy had to sit there for the whole number, and he was a bit bewildered. And I thought, how nice, yeah.
Okay, you're a very hard-working band. You play a lot. I just saw your tour plan for this year, so a lot of concerts, you know, the new record. Do you by any chance have a little space, tiny space for this, I don't know how to say it, rock and roll lifestyle, to have some parties and things like that?
Well,
between concerts, during the tours.
I don't think you could actually do a tour this heavy if you were going to party every night. When we were younger, we thought we could. Yeah, sure. But now it's much more sedate lifestyle. We don't go crazy and get drunk every night.
No. Sundays off, you know.
No, I mean, you have to kind of, it's not a job, but it's a job you have to respect.
So you get it professional.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Roger, I always wanted to ask you this question because you're the co-author of one of the most iconic rock songs of all time, "Smoke on the Water." And how do you feel being this person? And can we come back to this one morning when you woke up in Switzerland and the title for the song just came to you?
Yes, it was that period before you're really fully conscious, and you're in the half dream state and half conscious state, and apparently I said these words out loud to an empty room, and then I woke up and I go, yeah, I just said something out loud, which is kind of it seemed to be hanging in the room. I remember the words, "Smoke on the water." What's that? You know? And you never know what's going to work. I mentioned it to Ian Gillan, and he thought, "Yeah, this sounds like a drug song." You know, so we didn't do anything with it until we were short of a song when we finished the album, and we needed one more song. And we decided to write about what happened to us, because what happened to us really was a whole series of catastrophes. We couldn't play because the casino had burned down. We didn't have anywhere to record. 2 days later, we were in some place in Montreux, and we played one song, and the police stopped us. It was like 1 a.m, and they're hammering on the door. You know, we were keeping the whole town awake. So then we had 5 days of looking for a place, and we only had the Rolling Stones mobile for 3 weeks. So time was slipping by, and then we could so easily have just, let's go home. But somehow we found this unlikely recording venue, a corridor in a hotel. And you know, looking back on it, you see that it probably brought us all together. It gave us a sense of, you know, we've got to do this quick and do it quickly. And so we were very quick. And I think the music is reflecting in that. There's that spontaneity there. Even when you write songs, you know, and you play them, there's spontaneity. But we didn't know what it was. We thought that Never Before was going to be the single. We dismissed Smoke on the Water until everyone else didn't.
Main things that define Deep Purple, that are the most important things in the history of Deep Purple, what would you say?
The realization that you can't follow others, you have to lead. I think I learned that when I first joined Purple. I'd been in a pop band and we were followers. Anything that was in the charts, we'd try and copy it or get in the same mood. But with Purple, it was very, very different. They weren't interested in having a hit. They weren't interested in being in the papers or being successful or famous. They were just interested in making good music. And that's when we became successful. So that was a huge lesson to me.
Don, I've got a question to you, because you train to play piano under famous Polish teacher, which is Richard Bakst. How important was his role in your education, in your life?
Well, he changed my life. It just made me realise how important music was and how difficult it is and how you've got to put your whole heart and soul into it, which is how he lived. You know, he breathed in air and he breathed out music, and he was devoted to music, he was devoted to teaching. And, you know, eventually I got the message from him. You know, he had to drum it into me a bit, but he was a wonderful teacher, yeah. And I was just saying to Rod, he used to have a thing when he was playing Bach, you know, he used to shout, every every note's got to be even, you see. And every night when we play Highway Star, and I play John's solo, you know, it's like a bit of Bach. I can hear Mr. Bax shouting at me, every fingers. So he lives on. I often think about him, and I just found out recently he's buried here. So I'm going to his grave later on today.
Yeah, so he was born like 100 years ago, this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's, you know, the anniversary this year, 100th anniversary.
He was just an incredible musician. I've never really met anybody like him.
Okay, next question. I believe this is a recurring question. You answer quite a lot. What is the condition of today's rock and roll music? Is it going somewhere good direction, or not necessarily?
I think there's some great musicians around. It's that the idea of one song ruling the world doesn't exist now, because there's so many worlds. There's lots of, it's fraction. So you can be a massive hit with your fans and no one else knows of you, that kind of thing. And there's always going to be good musicians, but then they can't get that the success they think that their talent deserves. Because you don't really have to be that much of a musician to make good records. Just press a button. Yeah, so it attracts people who they're not real music. A real musician has to get there the hard way, by doing an apprenticeship, by playing the clubs and spending years learning your craft, if you like. And you can't do that if you're just 17 or 18 and you go on your guitar and you press a button and it sounds great. So.
What would be the title of the song that causes the strongest, the heaviest thrills on your body when you play it live?
I think you're talking about Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, still.
Because that's obviously the one song that seems to define us, so that even if people don't know us, they know that song. Yeah. It's not ours anymore, you know. It belongs to the world.
Yeah. Okay, so now we know your plans for the next month. So it's huge tour. Then the record comes out, and after that, what are your next goals for your career, for your life?
Score another goal. I don't know. Just keep standing. Don't lie down. Just keep on going and keep on going. There's always music to be made. I'm sure we could write another album pretty quick. I'd love to do another album. So.
Okay, and that would be good conclusion to this conversation. So thank you so
I
much.
think the secret is not wanting to do something too much. You know, you find your life. What John Lennon said: life is what happens to you when you're planning to do something else, and that's often the way with the way the music business works. You know, you've got these goals, but something happens and you go off in an unexpected direction. Yeah. It seems like chaos at the time, but when you look back, you can see the thread. Yeah, it's weird.
People say, "Oh, things are meant. There's a reason for it."
Yeah.
No, there isn't. That's when you're looking back, you think, "Oh, maybe that's the reason for it." But at the time, it's absolutely wild. You don't know where you're going.
Okay, so I would like to wish you all the best for the future. We're looking forward to new record, which is out on the 3rd of July. Yeah, and then we'll see you in autumn during the concert in Poland.
Can't wait.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.